But we're live. What's up? How you guys doing? We are live. We broke. You guys broke 300,000 subscribers. It's fucking insane. It's that hurts. Crazy. Got Jake with me here. Celebrate. Say hi. Do a Q&A. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, brother? How's the mic treating you? Are you still getting
I'm
a lot
good,
of
but
ting noises or what?
when you move it, it's like a ruffling in my ears.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
Well,
Well,
hey everyone,
hey, the chat is
try not to do
fucking
that.
going crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read these, but yeah, we wanted to say thank you guys. We appreciate it. It's awesome. It's been wild. It's been like really wild. We also wanted to let the YouTube crowd know kind of everything that we do because I think a lot of you guys just know the breakdowns, and we're a full company with how many podcasts now, Jake? 10, 14?
10 or 14. It's one of those two numbers next to each other.
Yeah, one of those two. We have Talking Baseball and Talking Yanks, which last I checked on Chartable are number one and number two baseball podcast going. Our Yankees pregame show. So it's been crazy. We got a full store. We've had a Yankees store forever. We're starting to grow a John Boy Media store. What's up, Noodle? So I don't know. We'll do questions as soon as I can find a question that sticks out because right now it's just you guys being really nice. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I wanted to let you know everything more we're doing. We have big plans for the future. Jake's got big plans to join and get stuff going out all the time. Jake, we got a donation from Robert Martinelli. He says life is a ball game. Jake, how are you?
Marty, I'm good. We just had a great Yankees game. I think that's funny. Jim, I know it feels embarrassing for us, but a lot of people have been reaching out lately asking like the story of it all, which is kind of funny. And I don't know. I feel like you and I think we say it a lot, but we probably don't say it as much as we do. Yanks just lost 19-4. That was exciting. I just flipped over to Mets Braves, where the Mets tried their hardest to give up a 6-run lead. And now, as everyone just saw, me and Noodle the Doodle dog are just chewing on a towel on the couch, but doing generally well, man. How are you doing?
Good. I think the Phillies just had a big comeback with Harper doing poster board stuff.
Oh
Someone
yeah,
asks,
he had a grand slam walk off. It was pretty cool. He
that's
did a
awesome.
sprint around the bases too, so you know I like that.
Someone asked what my favorite breakdown I've done was.
Ooh.
Cop out answer is the brawl with the Pirates because it's just so long. There was so much to chew off.
Yeah, that's like I'm trying to think of what's the comparison. Masterpiece is the lame word. That's like your
I have no idea, but I mean, we posted our 300th breakdown yesterday, so it's kind of hard to remember all of them, but they're good. All right. I saw channel Cyber Demon with the donation.
Yeah.
I
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
that. Hell yeah. How did I learn to read lips? I don't know. It's kind of
It is the big question.
just kind of could do it, I think. So it's kind of weird. Marlins beat the Dodgers. Will you do slippery stairs for a Friday? What's that mean, Jake?
I'm familiar with the two words. I'm not exactly sure how they go together. I'm assuming it's a competition getting up some slippery stairs, no?
Maybe. I want to
If
crack
it's
it.
not, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. We try to name
do
all
you
the
get a lot of
sausages. Do you
do you
know the
get a lot of
Milwaukee
odd
sausages?
requests?
I feel like, yeah, dude. We have the breakdown requests on the Google form sheet,
Right.
and it's crazy.
Like you must get the wheel of cheese race every other day, right?
Yeah, someone commented once like Fun Sport Friday, you shouldn't have locked it into every Friday because you're gonna run out. And it's like, dude, you have no
Not even
idea
close.
how
Yeah.
much weird shit's out there.
The world is a weird place.
You know what
You
I'm doing
know,
tomorrow? So tomorrow, little
take it
spoiler,
away.
we have a disc golf world championship, like a really cool round
Right.
for one. But I'm doing another video. I don't know if it's a Fun Sport Friday because it's not a it's a common sport, but it's my favorite video on the internet ever that involves track and field. You should be able to figure it
Oh
out.
wow, I know. Yes.
So I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's
It's a
my
good teaser.
I watched that video with Luke the other day. I'm just teasing. I don't know what it counts as, but
It's a
it's happening.
sport.
Not a fun sport. Indico or sativa, Jake? What's your choice? I have no idea.
Oh man, I don't know, man. So well, you know what, Jim? We'll do this. It's the 300K episode. Everyone makes the weed jokes. I live in Denver now.
Hold on.
Um,
When people pay, they get immediate access. Sean Corby, 4.99, wants to know your favorite kind of rain.
Favorite kind of rain, man. Raining in the pool.
Yeah, rain when you're in the ocean or the pool's the best kind of rain.
Rain when you're in the pool, 'cause you're already wet.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's
You're
like
already wet.
this is of no inconvenience to me.
So it's really dumb. I moved to Denver, never a weed guy. Used to take it to go to sleep sometimes. Never figured out the sativa indica thing. Mostly because, Jim, and you know this, I have a bad brain.
Yeah.
I needed like connect the dot, like which one makes you sleepy. And I was always scared when I'd go to weed shop to ask the question. So I just go sativa, sleepy, right? Because
I
it's
think
got
that's
to be that
wrong. I
way.
think that's wrong.
And that's completely wrong. Um, but now I've got that, and I mean, we're just high all the time. That's why your eyes are always so glassy.
Oh yeah. In your opinion, what's the most underrated sport to watch?
Underrated sport to watch. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Um, I mean, we're obviously biased towards baseball.
Yeah.
Because there's intricacies in baseball between every pitch and every play that happen that you can either watch baseball and you see nothing besides home runs and 100-mile-per-hour pitches, or you could see
You
everything
see
happening every pitch.
everything. You see the shifts. You see the catcher and the pitcher shaking off signs. You see the infield defense relaying signs. Like if you see everything, you see so much during baseball. It's crazy.
Like,
I thought you were gonna go with hermit crab racing. Aren't you a big hermit crab racing guy?
well, yeah, but I mean, I don't think that gets underrated. I think that's quite properly rated. It's the best sport in the game. The only other thing that really came across my mind in a semi-serious note was I get surprised by playoff hockey every year.
Yeah.
Every year. I'm like, I know it's good, and then I tune it on, and I'm like, oh my God, this is intense. This is like a blood sport, but with so much skill as well.
Someone asked, "Do you have a job, John Boy? If you
Do
do,
you?
will you ever commit to doing YouTube full time?"
You
Great
should think
question.
about it.
It's kind of why we're here, Alex.
That's the story thing. I said we get nervous about it, but
Well, people that have heard it many times. This is our job. John Boy Media is an official company, incorporated, taxes, payroll,
LLC.
employees. It's a real thing. A lot of people just think I'm a kid, not a kid, just a guy making YouTube videos. No, we have 10 to 14 podcasts on the network. Jake and I record 22 episodes a week of content, and that doesn't count breakdowns. We have a fully functioning store that had a great month. It's a lot. It's not just breakdowns. So I did quit my job back in 2017. Jake joined at the end we're coming up on the year anniversary, right?
Yeah, coming up on an año. I did so poorly at my previous job. They kindly asked me to leave after the bouts of depression and bouts with happiness over not working. I was doing this as a side thing, and then decided to, you read all the romantic quotes, jump in the deep end and swim, and all of that, and it went pretty well. I think we've made big steps. We're about to make some incredible steps, I think. And then I think we're what 200K away from telling like the full on winter meeting story.
No, 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 no. No. That's got other stipulations.
Okay.
How long have you two known each other? How did you meet, and how did you decide to make a YouTube channel together? Jake and I met freshman year of high school. I moved to town. Jake was from that town or that area. Went to high school for 2 years. I moved to California. Did that for 4 years. Moved back to Connecticut for college. Jake and I went to college together. Kind of clicked right away there. Similar heights. And then I always did stuff.
Yeah.
For like if you go on this channel, you can go back and you can find some really weird stuff.
Yeah.
For a while, this was a blind taste test YouTube channel. I think we have 50 of those.
Yeah.
They were crazy. Jake and I hosted a talk show where we took a shot in between every question.
Yeah.
And we were really young then, got really drunk. So like I was always dragging Jake along with me. I went to film school. I made a web series. It's called Grown Losers as my thesis project. Jake was in that with me. We've always been doing stuff. It was kind of weird. It's kind of
Homer.
Really, it's kind of weird that it took so long for me to like land on baseball, which was always my number one love. Like, what's your interest? Baseball. And then I was doing all these other videos. It's kind of odd, right? To think like, why did it take so long for me to figure that out?
A little bit, and I don't know how deep we want to go into life talk hole. And that homer was actually by Joseph. I just saw Big Lefty for the A's. But I mean, it really is funny, man. I mean, you know, even the video stuff. I think the video and audio stuff, I'm not saying that takes precedent before baseball, but you were always doing that. You know, even outside of baseball. And then I think it was funny that you got your college degree in history and then you were kind of going along and you're like, should I go to film school? And it was kind of like, yeah, I think so. And then because you already had a lot of those talents, and then it was like, all right, might as well get this accredited to a degree. And then, yeah, the baseball stuff fell in. And yeah, I guess there was an obvious moment of like, whoa. Also, I mean, timing is everything in life. I mean, Jim, if you were 2 years younger when, you know, the MLB still hated people posting stuff on the internet, you could have just been suspended like day one.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of, yeah, it went synced up in 2017. They started, Annette Allen, my son and I now bond over watching your videos. Love it. P.S. John Boy, I think you're secretly Kevin Smith. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's cool that you and your son watch them. That's like really cool to hear when that happens. But anyway, Kevin Smith, not as big. Beard and hat for sure.
Nice beard. We'll say nice beard, nice eyes.
Kevin Smith was pushing like 300 at one point.
Yeah, so they're going for a lighter Kevin Smith.
Well, I do have to shave my beard come like September 18th because we got over 1,000 ratings on Talking Yanks podcast, and I'm going to shave my beard, and then Jake has to wear my beard as his beard. We're going to paste it onto his face for a day. That'll be a video that comes out eventually.
Yeah, if anyone knows a good way to paste another person's beard on your face, we are still open to suggestions on that.
Someone said Elmer's glue because then it will peel right off easily.
Does Elmer's glue peel right off? I haven't used Elmer's glue in 2 decades.
Yeah.
You could tell me anything about Elmer's glue and I'd believe it.
So someone said I should do like the belt sand racing competition for Fun for Friday. Did you see that when the Ocho, ESPN was playing all the Ocho stuff and they had like the Repairman games?
I did not.
Clips? I guess I saw them because people were requesting them. I filmed one of those events in Connecticut.
Oh, really?
It was the custodian.
I vaguely remember
races.
that. Yeah.
And like I got hired to film it and put a video together, and it was just a bunch of custodians for like big corporate buildings or apartment complexes, and it was like change this doorknob, and then they would hit a button, get all their tools out, change the doorknob, hit the button. I was like, this is fucking weird. But yeah,
anything you want in this world.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it was a bunch of custodians. They all had giant ass keys on their belts, like all of them, walking around the same venue. in like
Do you think do you
in
think
like
there was a little
custodian
bit of
outfits.
who had the biggest keys?
It was a big measuring contest of everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Give your opinion on Yasiel Puig. Big Puig fan. For entertainment reasons, I'm not talking about his baseball skills. I just think he's very entertaining. Jake is a big fan.
He's the most sexual player in the game. He turns it up during the playoffs, and it's awesome to watch. I think if more players played like that, it'd be great.
Yeah, that's cool. Ooh, B underscore Beni official. Do you make money off of non-sponsored breakdowns? Um, yeah. So the MLB claims like a vast majority of them, which means we make nothing. The some slip through the cracks, but to sell ads on top of it is kind of like our best way to hedge our bets. They've been popping a lot lately, Jake. It's so frustrating to put it up there. And you know what it's doing now? YouTube, it used to be right away claimed. Now it says good to go. And then like 2 minutes
Ooh,
later, it says claimed. And it didn't
you're
used
getting
to have that.
upgrades.
And I want to like call up YouTube and just punch the phone.
It's just a
So
home run festival in Oakland right now. It's unbelievable.
are they playing Giants?
Correa, Houston, Oakland. Correa just went to deep center.
Nice. Grown loser episodes. If we can get to a place to do that, it's a lot of time and effort. I did write out a bunch of more episodes and some series and stuff.
Yeah, I think again we'll be all over the place. I'm sure we'll as we keep going, we'll end up in some even silly wormholes. People don't understand the time. Like grown an episode of Grown Losers, a 5 minute episode took
Full
how many hours of shooting? 10?
10, yeah.
10 hours of shooting with a crew of like 6
5.
people, 8 people.
Well, we had a small crew for some, but then we had like a PA, a boom, um, camera guy, then all the actors. Fuck, I really liked fiddling with that pen. Damn.
Damn.
So Grown Losers takes a while. And then the writing and the editing and all that stuff. But if you
Yeah.
watch it and you like it, I appreciate that. Vehicle ranks. You missed my first donation, but I'll say it again. Mets were winning 10-3 in the bottom of the eighth and won 10-8. Almost knew it will. Almost knew it. Will you do a breakdown? Yo, so Stroman got into a big jam today, Jake. The ump was not calling pitches that were clearly strikes, but Stroman missed his spot and the catcher had to move his arm so he wasn't giving it to him.
Right.
And then the fourth inning, he goes walk. Guy goes to second on a pass ball. Ground ball up the middle that would have been a double play. Instead, no out at second because the runner's on second. Throws it to first. It skips the ground. Alonso goes to scoop it. It breaks his glove, goes right through, but he would have been safe anyway. It's just like a tailor-made double play ball, no out. Then I think he walks another batter. So now it's bases loaded, no outs. Another tailor-made double play ball. They can't turn it. They only get one out. Run scores. Then another tailor-made double play ball. And he comes off the mound and he's like, "It's a fucking strikes. Those are fucking strikes, man," or something like that. So I did it. I edited it, the whole thing. I don't think it's worth the breakdown.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You've got some high standards.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I did that to like 4 last week. It's like this isn't good. A live breakdown. Hey, speaking of a live breakdown, I did stream a live
Yeah.
breakdown on our Patreon channel. You go to check this out. If you go to Jake, oh, this is dumb, Jimmy. If you go to patreon.com/johnboymedia, we have give away 2 raffles every month, and once we get organized, which should be coming soon, there's going to be more perks. But I did. Oh, you get to watch Talking Baseball live and comment on it. And if you're in the chat, you're probably part of the show when you're watching that. And episode notes. And the other thing I was going to say was what, Jake? Do you remember?
Patreon. How to make a breakdown.
Yes, I live streamed me making a breakdown once. So there were some people in there watching with me, and I was like, they're asking questions like, "Why do you do that? Why do you do that? How I edit it? How I record it?" They got to see the whole process. So if you're interested in that stuff, I'll probably do that again at some point. So there you go. How come you don't respond to comments, John Boy?
Wow,
I do. I
look at that.
do. I do.
Just did. You just wasted your reach on that.
It's always the oddest thing when people say to me because I literally spend my entire day responding to people on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, but you can't respond to everyone. I mean, that's insane. Like, on average, we get like 400 comments. It's impossible. Bellinger got hit in the nuts, then hit a home run, I think.
Okay, and very interested.
Uh, only if you pay, lol. I don't know. I don't know what that's response to.
They're talking comments.
Oh.
Just Google Bellinger nuts.
What made you start talking Yanks? Just started tweeting about the Yanks a lot, and then I got to 1,000 followers on Twitter, and I was like, let's do more with this. Let's see if like these people will tune in and engage with different kind of content besides live tweets. So I started like a YouTube video where I just talked about like the series and answered some questions, and it was just on YouTube. It was like 20 minutes. I did like 3 of those, and then I went to visit Jake in Denver, and I had him on, and we did the 5th episode together, and he's been on since the 5th episode, and then that's when it kind of turned into like a real podcast, like hour-long shows and series recaps and structure, and then interviews, and now we have 4 episodes a week, and it's really going really really well. Well, that's your job. I keep my eyes keep finding this girl Lisa's comments, and I don't understand her point of view or tone. So that's something.
Okay.
John Boy, time for a breakdown. Mike Ford pitching. Should I? Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah, I mean that's a Yankees breakdown. I don't think that's maybe I'll throw my hat in there because that's not that's more of a Jake oddball. But
Jimmy, what was your
yeah,
favorite history class in college? Oh, Abraham Lincoln.
honest.
Maybe this has already been answered. Have any MLB players reached out to you? No. Oh, Greg Bird 2 years ago after the 2017 season. Greg Bird for the Yankees reached out and said like he loved it and he was interested. Like players have acknowledged us a lot, but not like reached out personally. Why do
Yeah,
you?
Aaron Hicks kind of did recently for shirts.
Oh yeah. He asked us to send him shirts.
Aaron Hicks, the Yankee center fielder. Yeah, we'll see. We've got an event in September, which should get us some good interaction with the Yanks. Honestly, though, baseball guys are such baseball guys. Like during the season, they are tuned into the season, and that's kind of it. And I don't know. You and I have kind of felt that a little bit, just because like baseball really is a wild grind. Like
Oh yeah,
you and I get exhausted on West Coast trips just watching and commenting. Never mind playing the baseball.
yeah.
And so yeah, I know when we interacted with Greg Bird, and I think he's a little, I don't know, somewhat of an introverted dude naturally, but he basically gave the vibe like, dude, when it's baseball season, like I play
Tune out.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I would say this offseason we'll get some good interactions. Probably your best friend, Sean Doolittle.
yeah, he's awesome. Cody Gates, what's up? All right. Do you feel bummed when a video gets 1 million views but it's claimed? That fucking Marisnik one. So like about to break 5 million. Fuckers. Okay. Someone's saying like, why do you hate the Phillies? This is crazy, Jake.
Let me answer that previous question with the previous question. Would you be disappointed if someone took money out of your pocket?
Someone's that this is a thing I get. Like, why do you hate the Phillies so much? Why do you hate the Phillies? It's like I have no.
We're all wondering it. No,
I
we
didn't know I
are.
hated. I didn't know I hated the Phillies. Someone said, "Why do you hate the Astros so much?" I didn't realize I did. I think like Altuve's awesome. Verlander is admittedly my favorite pitcher to watch pitch. Like I don't know.
I think talking baseball, you've been a little tougher on the Phillies. I think you've written them off a little because the Nats have crazy pitching when they're right, and the Mets were on that fun run, and the Phillies just kind of were shrugging a little bit.
Yeah, but I think they got a fun group.
Yeah.
Just didn't happen. Having a
And
hat.
do you know why they have a secret reason to turn it on? Do you see they
What?
brought Charlie Manuel back to be their hitting coach?
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
I mean, that's so fun though. Undefeated since he's been back.
Dude, it is cool that he's back in the room. Gabe
And
Kapler.
he's got to be what, 80?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, having a hat saying "Jake sucks" make you look like you're gay for him. That's got to be a 12-year-old.
Well, no, it's a literal hat. I suck.
Yeah, that's got to be a young kid. Oh, Gretchen Marie's in here.
My girl.
She says, "For Jake, how does your creativity flow during the burns? Can you tell everyone,
Ooh.
where you write your burns? Because when I saw that, I was like aghast.
Oh, I write them in like Google Mail.
You compose an email.
Yeah,
You write
I
them in the
email it
email.
myself. I'll make a book one day.
Do you actually finish and send email? I thought when you did, you
Yeah,
just like
I send
deleted
it
it.
to myself. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
why.
Well, that's cool then.
Yeah, so those that don't know, and I mean, some of you might have been the ones that chewed it out at first, but in Talking Yanks, the podcast, we're trying to think of a way to get through the games, and the best way we thought of, I'm an old Sports Center rat, was kind of do a mockumentary Sports Center burn, through the games, and couple cheap jokes here, pop culture reference, song. So I don't know. I kind of let it flow. Sometimes you run into a theme. Sometimes you find a name to work off. Dylan, Ted Bundy. I'm trying to think what are some of the other classics. Sometimes, and that's the other thing. I mean, if you think about old Sports Center, and I'm a huge Kenny Mayne fan, sometimes some of the most random stuff you yell will stick out. So I know one of the ones that ended up on a shirt was "Spit in my mouth, let's go Yanks," and that's I'll admit you can't coach that.
Luke just gave me food.
What'd you just eat?
Luke got food for us. Fucking hot. Anyway, there's a question here I liked. It was, how did Jake Sucks start?
Oh, it's a great question. Fantastic question.
Well,
October 11th, 1989.
I think you got to go back to the conception.
Oh, you think it was on? So it's like 10 months before that? 9 months?
Yeah, Jake Sucks really started because in college, back in 2011,
Right.
we lived in a house with 5 of us, and we would just yell like, "Ken sucks,"
Right.
"Jake sucks." But whenever we did Jake Sucks, Jake would respond and say, "Oh, Jake sucks," and then I was like, "Okay, Jake sucks."
Team Jake sucks.
Almost 10 years now of me printing it, of it being, it's a movement.
I know.
Do you like the Iowa Cubs? Wow, hard to dislike them.
Yeah. Ever since Ben Boom got the call.
Would you agree Dietrich's swag is miles ahead of other people's?
Ooh. Year 17.
Dietrich can pimp a home run pretty nicely.
Dude,
But when
I'll
he's
be
in the
honest.
dugout, he's too much for me.
I flip flop on Dietrich every week because he had his wife or fiance or girlfriend is a professional tennis player. She's the one that threw out the first pitch with the tennis racket last week,
Didn't
and they
see that.
had like a really nice embrace and a nice kiss. And he's he tries to go too far sometimes.
Oh my
And
god! I typed in Henry Dietrich wife, and it just got like the oldest lady, like
who's
probably
Henry
died in.
Dietrich?
I don't know. I typed in Dietrich, and it turned into like, do you mean Henry Dietrich's wife? And I was
Right.
like, yeah, I guess. I don't think so. But okay, she's a tennis player. Got it.
It's like I got nothing against the eye black and the big chain and going sleeveless, pumping iron. The beekeeper was a little much for us, and there was one other thing that we were just like, Deech. Slow it down a little bit.
Yeah. How often do you play disc golf, Jimmy? I don't know. I played today. Probably twice a month, maybe. Can we get the Talkin' Yanks videos back? Talkin' Yanks videos are at Talkin' Yanks Podcast. It's a whole new channel because we do the Talkin' Yanks pregame show every day. And I like when the chat is focused on what we're talking about. And when we do the Talkin' Yanks pregame shows on this channel, it's a lot of people coming in and just requesting breakdowns and talking about anything else. And so we moved over to the Talkin' Yanks podcast. So if you like the pregame shows, go to Talkin' Yanks podcast. Subscribe. We need to build that one up. About it. I think Sterling's home run calls get really annoying. I disagree. I run a John Sterling home run call account. Follow at J Sterling Calls on the Twitter.
Probably addressing the wrong people for that. Yeah. At the same time, I think we acknowledge they're definitely different, but there's a beauty in that.
Gretchen says she really misses listening to John Boy and Jake Radio every day, especially the weird news section that got me up to date with daily news. I don't know if we can't do it every day right now. It's just absolutely impossible. In the future, we may be able to when we get more people on the team that can help with the editing and the producing and all that stuff. Because I think that the daily news segment that we did is so funny. I think it's really good. So I don't want to lose that, even if it turns into just a half-hour show and it's just like weird news and our lives.
that might become its own thing. So I can maybe do different sports elsewhere because it's almost two different shows.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have a lot of different avenues for sports talk and then that weird news stories because some of that stuff's gold.
Yeah.
Favorite Chicago team? Wow. Ooh. Be honest. Don't fucking lie.
That's a great question.
Do you want me to Google Chicago sports teams and read you the list? Give you your options?
Man, Chicago sports teams are fun. I'm leaning Bears right now.
You are?
I'm leaning Bears.
Okay. Well, the Bulls are also there.
I do know the Bulls, and I'm an MJ over LeBron kind of gal, but yeah, I mean I'm not a big Bulls guy,
Okay, what about Blackhawks? I scored a goal on the Chicago Blackhawks ice back in 2001. So in your fucking face.
In your face, whoever's face that was. I thought Blackhawks, but that just would have been a fake answer. It's between the Bears and the Cubs.
What about the Chicago Wolves?
I mean, they're good. Chicago Fire.
Chicago Wolves were a smash hit from the moment they took the ice in 1994. The team started as an International Hockey League franchise and captured the Turner Cup Championship in 98 and 2000. Wait. When they shifted to the American Hockey League for the 2001-2002 season, they made an immediate mark by claiming the 2002 Calder Cup. Do you remember this at all?
No.
Me neither.
No.
You don't like the White Sox, and you hate the Fire. There you go.
I like the Fire. Ooh, great play by the ball boy.
What game?
Oakland, Houston.
Did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I did not. I wonder if the Six Pack Cinema guys have. Well, we have a movie podcast called Six Pack Cinema. I know that they're going to be reviewing it soon. I think they're on a hiatus right now coming back. But yeah, I really want to see that.
Yeah, that's on my 1.5 movies I see a year list.
Oscar Urban has been officially warned. When are we going to get the Harper video? Yeah, I got to get on that. Just to let you guys know. Harper's funny. He really acts like
on the bases was good, man.
They keep track of that. We can find out.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on juiced baseballs? Don't care. Do you have an opinion on the juiced baseballs?
They are juiced. I just think it's silly that they did a whole well, we didn't talk to the company. Who knows what they're giving us? Oh, you don't know the ball that the baseball company is giving you? Major League Baseball? I don't understand
how they make 100,000 baseballs and they're all juiced in the same exact way, and it's just the machine must have recalibrated something weird. The cooler's off. What do you mean?
Everyone says it's the seams.
Yeah.
Everyone says there's no seams this year. And I think that's confirmed and that's fine, but it's like, I don't know, kind of address it.
They've said that Selig said the core's off. Rock and Rolla, California, Los Angeles. Discovered your channel back in June. Gabe Kapler getting ejected by Joe Westford. Quality content, bud. Cheers. What the F are you talking about, Joe? That was the one where Gabe Kapler's like, what? Or whatever he said. Gabe Kapler's funny. He doesn't fit his look at all.
No.
His personality fits the Cardinals coach, the guy who looks
Right.
like a Schrute brother.
Yeah.
That's what Gabe Kapler's personality is. He keeps the pens here, like 3 pens here.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like a geek, but he's like this big buff dude. Yeah.
yeah.
It's interesting. He doesn't fit his personality at all. When he argues with umpires, he feels personally wronged by them. Like, are you serious? Joe, you're being unreasonable. That's a real quote he said. It's like,
Right.
Gabe. What? What's your favorite MLB team? Tough question.
Good cue.
Why is Ichiro the greatest player of all time? Jake, will you take that?
Most professional hits ever. Great defensively. Funny guy. He's got jokes. We like that. Who are like the best arms in baseball now? Like, I mean, Ichiro, Vlad, like they dominated for a while.
Your dude, Laureano.
Laureano's up there. He's got a center fielder arm, though. Center fielder arms are different. Like, who's the right fielder that's on the wall? I mean, Judge is up there.
Cole has a good arm.
Who?
Calhoun.
Yeah. So,
Didn't he lead the league in assists at one point?
I'm talking like special Ichiro Vlad arms. Where are those right now?
I think that dude Aristides is known for having a great arm. Someone says Starling Marte.
Aristides.
Puig's got a cannon. Reddick.
Puig's up there.
Harper's arm. Reddick. Hicks. Hicks never gets tested. Wow. Holy shit, Jake. Look at this banger of a question.
Sure.
Would you touch poop for $20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I basically accidentally do every other day.
Yeah. Ask like a parent that question.
Might as well collect on it.
Can someone tell us why his name is John Boy?
We're all wondering.
Yo, dude. So ESPN's writing a story on us tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you wanted to give that to the people in here as a feeder.
Yeah, they're ESPN.com is writing a story on us tomorrow, and they just reached out and they were like, "Why is your name John Boy again?" And I was like, "Damn, the story sucks."
Yeah.
We graduated college. We were in a group chat of like 10 guys. Someone's phone, I think it might have been Rob's because he does weird stuff, auto-corrected my name from Jimmy to Jami. And for like 3 weeks, that was the nickname, Jami. Like we made jerseys during those weeks, and it says Jami on the back instead of Jimmy. And then Jake would always say like, Jamalope, Jamalantern, yo, Jamboy, Jamman. And that was like the thing for 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, I had just graduated college, and I wanted to make my social medias more anonymous. So I changed them all from my real name, put John Boy up there. Then it stuck forever. Here we are. It's great for SEO reasons, so I like it. It's just me.
Well, you're John Boy _.
Yeah, that real dude. I've reached out to him so many times. That's only on Twitter, Jake. On YouTube, just John Boy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. On Twitter,
Nice.
I reached out to that guy, and he was like, "Dude, I hold on, let me try." He's like, "Damn, the email I signed up for Twitter with, I don't have access to. So like, there's nothing we can do." So that sucks. Congrats on 300. Thank you. Why is your name Jimmy? Ooh, my grandpa's name was Vincenzo. When Vincenzos came from Italy to America in the early 1900s, they would call them chins, which they thought sounded like gyms. So Vincenzo got the nickname Jimmy. My grandpa's name was Grandpa Jimmy. I'm named after him, Jimmy. Boom. In your face. What your college?
Good cue.
Yeah. W-U-T. Because obviously. What your college?
And excuse me, great question.
Thoughts on Bichette's hot start? Pretty cool. Yo, Hoodie Glaber's in here. Yo, so Jake, why was your Twitter handle ESPN_Jake back in the day? I've always been curious. People thought you worked for ESPN.
Dude, I should have let that ride out. Actually, no, I remember. Now I remember. So I made it ESPN_Jake because I heard a story that someone at ESPN bought a Twitter handle. So I was like, they got to run into a Jake at some point, right? So that's pretty loserish. But so I wrote it out for a little bit. And then actually my guy, who I still haven't fully, I think, told Katie Sharp yet, Mark Simon, who is a great baseball nerd. I say that in the most endearing way. We had a Twitter action one time, and he's like, hey, so you work at ESPN? Like, where are you? I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm just a loser. So then I was like, okay, it's time to change.
No, I actually made this handle so I could blackmail one of your future coworkers.
Yeah, just like a fun, casual blackmail. Like they were helping a kid out. So
Tyler Kirk officially warned.
Wow.
They're getting official.
Country Joe West over here.
You pronounce it GIF or GIF. I pronounce it GIF, and I will not change.
Yeah, it's with a G. GIF.
All right, Tyler Kirk, you're out.
You're out, Four Eyes. Brantley Homer.
Jake, are you Italian?
I am. I am half Italian, a quarter Polish, an eighth Irish, and an eighth Lebanese.
Oh, so, okay. The Italian where your hunger comes from. The Polish is where your bad brain comes from. The Irish is where your love of whiskey comes from. What do you get from your Lebanese side? You're dancing?
I think my Lebanese is my craziness and my dancing. Polish is brain. That's such a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. Italian is skin and eating, and Irish is penis. The Irish curse.
How did you learn to read lips? My parents blindfolded me as a kid and then made me touch their lips.
They touched
and then they taped my hands to my mouth while I talked. And then I did the difference. Who is the most offensive looking baseball player? Oh. Now that John Jaso's out of the league.
Is Julian Tavares still in the league?
Breivik Valera is kind of offensive looking.
Ooh, Vicky V had some tough acne going on. So what, the most offensive looking?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's tough. There's so many ways you could go with that. Mike Fiers has a Fiers forearm tattoo. That's brutal. I don't know. Who's jumping out? You hate Clevenger.
I like Clevenger. You just got dog hair.
Right.
John Hader's pretty good. Josh Hader.
Hader, yeah, especially because I was going to say offensive. I thought about going with the guy that looked like the biggest redneck, and he has a history to back that up a little bit too. So.
Wyatt Weaver 09. Who are your favorite veteran players that won't make the Hall of Fame? Love the channel. Congrats.
Brett Gardner.
Yeah.
That's a biased Yankee one. Does Puig count?
He's not a veteran.
Yo, some people have such different definitions of veteran. Some people consider 3 years in a veteran.
I do not.
Right. What are your standards then?
You gotta be on your second contract.
Second contract, you're a vet. Okay.
You gotta be past free agency and signed.
Okay. Who do
Like
I like?
if you're still under arbitration, I'll consider you a veteran.
Okay.
Vogelback is a thumb. I like Vogelback because he reminds me of Chris Farley.
Vogelback is round.
Is Cliff Lee going to be a Hall of Famer?
Cliff Lee. I don't think so. If I just going off the top of my head.
I don't think so either. When he was like doing fun stuff, it was pretty fun to watch.
You know who I'm buying stock in? Clayton Kershaw. I know he's really good and he will be a Hall of Famer. But I think Clayton Kershaw is going to have a good playoff run this year as like the quote unquote washed up playoff Kershaw because he's got nothing to lose at this point. Like everyone assumed playoff Kershaw is garbage, so I think he's going to have like a special playoff run this year.
He's the best pitcher that has ever played, at least in our eyes that we've seen. I mean, his bad year was a 2.73 ERA.
Right.
He has a 2.63 this year.
Yes.
Looking crazy.
Third starter on that staff.
Who's your least favorite player?
Another homer in Oakland.
Jake, the wind must be blowing out. Jake, who's my least favorite player?
Dude, I think that's Piscotty. It just landed in like the box seats where we were sitting.
Lucas O'Brien says you guys need an intern, so I think he wants to replace himself.
Yeah, he's right. We do need an intern.
Jake, who's my least favorite player?
Least favorite player. Yikes.
Logan Gross, what an unfortunate last name, asks, how do I get a Jake Sucks hat? They're on sale. shopjohnboymedia.com. Right there. You can buy them.
Guess Logan Morrison's not a player anymore. Someone on the Rays piss you off? I don't know. Yarborough?
No, I feel bad for Yarborough now. He's a victim of analytics.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. Who's my least favorite player? Like, it was Valverde for a while. Then Papelbon.
Ooh. Is the league lacking all-around hated closer?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it was a Kimbrel right now if you want it.
Who would hate
Another
Kimbrel?
home run. I mean, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. Is this just the highlights?
What? Who hit that one? Dude, DC White just paid $1.99. Thank you. We appreciate it. To let me know I hate Kiermaier. That's true. I hate Kiermaier.
Oh, you do hate Kiermaier. Yeah, that's a good call. And I love Kiermaier.
Yeah. Yeah. He's such
he's close to my veteran non-Hall of Fame list.
He's such a fucking hot dog.
Olsen and Chapman just went back to back.
I don't like I hate Kiermaier, but I hate how much he hot dogs.
Oh yeah. I love it. Yeah, that ball landed in Europe.
Giles is the bad guy closer.
Ooh, Giles, but he like stopped being good, but he's having a good year, but it's in Toronto, so nobody cares, so that's tough.
Yeah.
Kimbrel?
Why? Who hates Kimbrel? Kimbrel's in such a head case that he has to put wings out. Like, I see that guy do that pose, and I'm like, oh my God, you have so many mental issues, I don't even want to, like, hate you.
Right. It's intimidation. It's nature.
I can't imagine...
The predator makes himself big for the prey.
If I don't do this before I get into my set, I'm not good. What? Fix your brain. Can you imagine? Can you imagine working in an office and you're like, I can't hold on before I do this sales deal. I need to like fucking stand like this for 5 seconds. Like that doesn't affect a thing.
Stuff like that.
It's weird, man. So weird. Any fish offered to do breakdowns for any networks or sites. Those are starting. There's some conversations that are starting like that. Yeah, which is really exciting for us. Yeah, I won't delve into any of it because like they're not even like they're at the most first possible step they can be at. Like conversations have been like, hey, do you want to have a conversation? And we don't even know what the conversation is, or if
It's
it's
a conversation about
gonna
conversations.
happen. But yeah, that stuff's starting to happen, so that's cool. And as you guys have seen, sponsors have started to like really come in and ask to sponsor the videos. We've had a lot of that, which is really good. Everything's going pretty good. What's your classic dugout prank? I'm over the silent treatment. I actually think the silent treatment on a guy's first home run is less fun than celebrating with the guy who just hit his first home run. I'm over
I'm
it.
kind of team silent treatment, man. I think it's great. Dugout prank. Dugout prank.
Remember when he used to shit in Tommy's glove in
Yeah.
between innings in the dugout?
No, no, no. Wait. They would shit in my hat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm misremembering that.
Yeah. Any chance of some hockey breakdowns when the season starts? Or do you guys only plan on doing baseball? I'll dabble. We'll see how it goes. See how what our schedule is and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it'll be a little more of like the fun stuff, like if a fight breaks out or there's like some John at the sidelines or like a crazy reaction than actual like I know that's mostly what the MLB ones are, but there are some like actual like
Baseball.
baseball talk. Like I like the intricacies of
And
baseball.
you do dive into a lot of that stuff. You dive into previous at bats. You dive into what's happening in the game. Where other sports, you're not going to care about that.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Who wish I played hockey? I was thinking about you in hockey. Yeah, hockey, same thing. Have I ever seen a player fart during a baseball game? Sure, I have.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure I have like countless times. I just don't remember.
Got to be a fart fest out there.
I might not have noticed. Oh,
First
outfielders?
baseman must have the most gas.
Why? Because
Every time you bring someone at first, are you kidding me?
You think so?
Oh, have to.
I'm thinking catcher because you just squat and you're there.
That's so rude. I think that's the least farting position.
You're
There's an
opened
umpire
up.
behind you all day.
Yeah, you guys are just farting,
No,
mixing,
farting on the
making.
umpire.
Yeah, you're just figuring it out. Daniel Shirk. Think the Tigers can pull off, think the Tigers can pull off a wild card berth. It's the best $2 you ever spent, Daniel Shirk.
Yeah.
No,
Goodbye.
no, I don't.
Still mad at Detroit. What a bad product.
Who is going to win the AL and NL Cy Young? Is it right now? It's Ryu and Verlander, Morton.
Ryu, I think Ryu is kind of head and shoulders because Scherzer got hurt. And I think it's Morton and Verlander battling for the Cy Young in the AL.
Cool. What are your thoughts on Ian Kinsler pitching for the Padres? I just posted that breakdown. It was fun. It was a good time. He was snapping curveballs, which was cool, and Manny Machado was cracking up.
And he hit a home run the next inning, right?
Yeah, and as he walked into the dugout, he said, "I feel like I'm Babe Ruth or something."
Do we like Kinsler? Didn't he have a bad snap earlier this year?
He like double fingered like the Padres fans, like
fans?
"Fuck you guys, fuck." I forget
Now
what.
you were wondering why the Padres fans are mad.
Oh, dude. If we have any Padres fans in here, I ask this in the most genuine, curious way. Why is your fan base so angry? Like, tune me in. I can't figure it out.
No
You got
respect.
so many good players. You're set up for the future so nicely. Why are you so angry? Why did the Rockies collapse in July? Oh, Daniel Murphy weirded it up.
That sucks, man. I hopped on the BSN Rockies podcast. It was like right before everything fell out under them, and it was like good times. They were like leading the wild card. They were like nobody wants to play us, and then 2 bad weeks turned into 4 bad weeks, turned into like such a bad year.
Daniel Shirk, $2 again. How long until the Tigers are good again? We did a lot of this on one of the Talking Baseball episodes. The Tigers are weirding me out because they are not. They haven't started their rebuild yet. Like they just traded
Right.
some players. I'm not too familiar with their farm, so I may be speaking a little out of turn. But the Tigers aren't at the point where they're not at the point where the Padres are, or the White Sox are, or the Blue Jays are, where like talent is on its way, but they're not even at the step right below that, where like the Marlins are and the Orioles are, where it's like we're tanking. They're just
Yeah.
like
Like
so,
they stumbled into a tank year, but like they just got rid of Castellanos. Like he was on the team all year. Um, I don't know. I think they're I think Dombrowski left them in a bad situation, which was partially because of their old owner, because they just wanted to win a title so bad, so they paid everyone. Miguel Cabrera has an awful contract. Um, so I think it's a little bit of leftovers that, but Jim, it's also, I mean, we could go around the league and specifically point at the teams that clearly haven't figured out the baseline of analytics yet. Because if you were a team, if you were Detroit, if you were maybe the Marlins, if you were someone else, you hire someone from the Yankees to be the co-GM and they run the hitting side of your organization. You hire someone from the Astros to run the pitching side of your organization, and your team will be great in 3 years.
boom, it's genius.
Problem solved.
Kaneshiwa Jeff came in, very curious as to why I'm fat, and then said John Boy is fat. Do you have any answers?
So it was, why are you fat? And
Mm-hmm.
then him clarifying, you are fat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, I don't know. Party in.
Partying. I got a belly.
Live, living.
The comps I get are usually a good 75 pounds heavier than me.
Well, that's because you get compared with guys that have big beards normally, and you know the beard is a trick to cover up the double chin.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron says, "Are you guys high right now?
Oh my
Are
god,
you fucking so high right now?"
it's like a
CM's
blaze fest in here.
CM said, "Congrats." Vic H said, "The only channel I actually turn notifications on." Thank you, Vic. That was very generous of you. Bacon Slayer, congrats. He offered some. He gave us some support. Says, "What's your opinion on Pete Rose and his band? Do you think he should be allowed to coach? I think he would be an amazing hitting coach." Pete Rose and some of his hitting videos are so cool. Uh, yeah, Pete Rose should be banned from baseball. He knowingly broke the one rule you couldn't break with the consequence. Not like they changed the consequences of the rule after he broke it. I do think his records as a player should not be tainted.
Yeah, I guess that part's a little messed up, huh?
Yeah.
Um, Pistol Pete, man, get him on the pod.
Yeah. Uh, is Billy Bean the worst GM ever? I do think that he's not that good of a GM. I think like for him to have the reputation of one of the better GMs out there is just straight false.
Yeah, I think it's he would have to prove his keep elsewhere, because I get there's a little bit of hiding behind, like, well, look what he does in Oakland, and it's like, well, I mean, Tampa's doing it now, like you can't hide just behind like your facilities and you don't have money. I think he's a good GM though. I mean, he does it. I mean, Oakland. How easily could Oakland be a Detroit or Marlins or something like that?
I think he's good too. Like the Donaldson trade is one of the dumber trades ever.
Everyone's got a bad one out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do any players know of follow Talking Yanks? Yeah, I think majority of them know of.
Yeah.
CC and some have talked about the breakdowns on their podcast, and Aaron Hicks DM'd us for shirts, and I think know of is for there.
Correa homer. They yeah, the Yankees, the Yankees, when they give their PR and like press teachings at the beginning of the year, they say like, "Hey, like don't do anything stupid. And if you think it's even close to stupid, don't do it. And even then, still don't do it. But you guys can do what you want." Like that's their to start the year speech.
Nathan says, would you consider doing a drunk breakdown? Nah, not anymore. We did a lot of that content when we were younger and could do it, but probably out on that. How do you feel about the size of Brett Gardner's head? He's got a head on his head. Whew. You paying attention to Little League World Series at all? I really want to. I really, really want to. Someone asked when my beard's coming off. I think September 18th is the date now. Are the Astros the hottest team in baseball? I don't know. I don't think so. Yankees, nope. Rays, Indians, maybe the Astros as well, but I don't think the Astros are.
Astros just lost a game to Baltimore and
biggest upset in MLB this year.
Yeah, and they lost to someone else too, and they're losing right now. Houston, the Dodgers, and the Yankees all might lose tonight. How about that?
Charlie Montoya is a funny-looking manager. He is. He can't really walk right. He kind of wobbles.
Wobbling, yeah. I could see you liking the wobble.
Yeah.
It's a good, silly wedding song.
Cody Bellinger, best swing in the game. You like Cody Bellinger swing? I love it.
It's good. Fucking lefties, man. Hey, Cano can still reel one off. I guess he just got hurt, but.
How do you guys do Talking Yanks in the playoffs? Episode after every game? Yep, nailed it. It's a grind. And with Talking Baseball, I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll see. CM says, better hope the Sox don't make the wild card. Ooh. Okay.
Wouldn't hate if they did, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds great, but they're not. Can you do more videos on the White Sox? If they do more things, I feel like I've covered them. All right, someone's saying the same thing. Come on, John Boy, I'll sit here and ask this question all night. When will the Yankees unload Clint Frazier? I think he gets traded in the offseason. Is that what you mean?
I think that's what they mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Cashman's stubborn about not trading bad value, and they know Clint can hit major league pitching, but nobody's going to pay for him because he can't play defense. So I think this game of chicken is going to continue.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I've seen this on a couple comments. People say, I love when you say this guy's having zero fun right now, which is something I say a ton, but I didn't realize I said that a ton. But I love Zero Fun Sir from Remember the Times.
You're not a middle area guy either.
Well, you can't be when you're doing breakdowns.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but in general.
Yeah, Katie gets mad because I call everything my favorite. She's like, you have too many favorites. Yeah. Zero Fun Sir.
You're a like or dislike?
I got a lot of middle area things.
I don't think you do.
I think I do. Got a lot of things I don't care about. That's middle area.
I don't think that's middle area. That's a different thing. My life's in the middle area. I'll let you know about the middle area.
Yeah, you're too middle area.
Oh, yeah. I fully admit that.
Yeah.
See, you just said too middle area.
Yeah, you've never liked or disliked anything. Yeah. Which MLB player can be a disc golfer? All of them. I mean, right?
Can't think of one that can't.
Where do you think Acuna will end up all time? Whoa.
All right, well, let's rank all the baseball players all time.
Whoa.
I think I'm going to... Ruth? Do you start with Ruth?
Whoa. What's the answer they're looking for to that question? Like, I think he ranks I think he ranks 175th all time. Like
only field players, or are we doing pitchers?
All time.
I mean, if you took Satchel Paige's stats from every league he was in,
I got him in a serious answer. I have Acuna ending up as the 264th best MLB player of all time at the end of the day.
Dude, I don't know. I almost said top 100 just to be cocky, but that's like, imagine being the top 100 baseball player ever.
Yeah.
He is really good, dude. He had a home run tonight that was just, dude. No, dude.
Dude.
Are you blazed?
You blazed right now?
Are you?
We were supposed to do this for a half hour. It's been an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're running long. Dude, hands. They need a better way to measure like hand speed or something like that. Because Acuna had a fastball that was inside and looked like he was gonna take it, and got the barrel on the bat of it and hit it out of the park.
Give me a timer. That was slow.
It's quick. It's before the timer, bro.
That was super slow. I was.
Can't even catch that speed.
You were very slow on that. Thoughts on Romine's career as a Yankee? Back up. Don't you have to be half stoner for disc golf? I think you have to be at least 0.15 stoner.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll counter that with the one time I went to play a game of disc golf, we got 2 big 24 cans of beer, like 24-ounce cans of beer.
Full of weed?
So I guess what I'm saying here is I'm putting Nolan Ryan above Acuna.
Yeah. Trout
is a good assumption. Mm-hmm. And Josh Reddick's had a nice career, but I don't see him having another uptick, you know?
Whitey Ford,
Gidry.
Yeah.
Hit and run on.
Yeah. Do you check your Twitter DMs? I used to check them religiously. I can't keep up right now, so I apologize. I think I have to turn them off because I want to keep up, but I can't. I have like 100 to get to, and it's possible.
Yeah.
And people like people reach out for business stuff, and they just get lost, and that's bad.
Right.
Please answer me, says Aiden Levine. But
those have been getting you.
Well, I don't know what he asked. What podcast do you enjoy making the most? I don't know. They're all pretty fun. Yeah. Talking baseball is the most work. Do you guys know Sam Hammer? Yeah, Lavalette legend, surfer, Crab's Claw. Scared of the Mins sweeping the Yanks in the ALDS. Jake, can you answer that for me?
The Mins, so they're referring to Minnesota?
Yeah.
I mean, there is literally nothing over the past 12 years that would point to that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Haven't the Twins not been the Yankees in a series since in 12 years or something like that?
Since the war.
They 12-1, something like that. Something crazy.
Wyatt Weaver with the donation says, what is your all-time favorite Yankee lineup regardless of stats, rings, etc., and why? Okay. Yogi behind the plate. Dude, I think it's weird when people say players before their time. I was going to say Don Mattingly, and I was like, I never watched a fucking Don Mattingly game. So yeah, I'm just saying that to say that.
Yeah.
And then, that would be the whole Yankees lineup. So it's I don't know.
Yeah,
I saw someone our age say, Joe DiMaggio is my favorite all-time Yankee. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You never got invested in him. You've just seen highlights. You never even seen a full game. How could he be your favorite?
Might not have even seen highlights. But that's a parent thing, too. Your parent hammers that into you when you're young a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I literally been saying the same thing the whole time, and you have not said, yeah, and make them ever night. Fuck, man. Seems like I missed a lot. that he's referring to.
I think we got to call it anyways.
Oh, he's letting me know that he loves my eyebrows, which is nice.
That is nice.
I'm eating it. All right. I'm out. We're out. Hey, I think we're going to do this like once every 2 weeks. Jake and I will just jump on and do a Q&A, hang out with you guys, answer some questions, and all that shit. So hopefully you can come back. And like we said, Jake's going to be doing more on the channel. Breakdowns will stay the same. And every now and then we might post a podcast from an episode. Like we just posted an episode of Last from the Past, the beer night in Cleveland. We might post an episode of a podcast here and there. So be on the lookout. Just spread the word. Not just a YouTube channel that makes breakdowns. We are a real company with real employees. And we do a lot of stuff. Thanks for hanging out with us. That was fun. See you guys.